Peace, family, and welcome to once again to my Pan-African garden. Today I will be harvesting cherry tomatoes. At the same time, I'm gonna cut this tomato plant back. I'm gonna make a tomato sauce. It's gonna taste good, really. I'm gonna get as many of these tomatoes as I can from out of here. Wash them and then make my tomato sauce. I got all of the seasoning and everything. Oh, wow. I can get that one. They really know where to grow, so you can't get to them. That's one project that I got going today. But the subject matter concerning Black global sustainability is what we need. But we need it as a globally unified people. You might say that will never happen because of different paradigms that exist with us as a people. And I say that anything is possible because we are truly the gods and goddesses of this planet and of nature. I'm gonna go over here, see if I can get something from on this end over here. We got tomatoes growing everywhere, but they grow underneath. They don't grow at the top. They grow in places where they're difficult to get to. I got to get rid of this weed. Basically, it's not a weed. It's providing food. It's providing food. So, but it grows like a weed. I'll get the rest of those. I'll get the rest of those later. But I'm gonna make a wonderful sauce with these tomatoes. By the way, my name is Brother Azibo, and that's Brother Azibo. Azibo means earth, and Ajani means a true man. So I'll get back to that later. But what I wanted to really talk to you about is other plants that I have in my first garden. First garden I have ever had in my life, and I'm learning a lot. Was learning how to harvest sunflower seeds, and I'm learning a lot about how to make the plant mature. You remember me showing you about my sunflowers? I was trying to figure out why they bend over like that. So I did some research and found out that this is a natural occurring behavior for these type of plants. I thought these were the mammoth sunflowers, but they're not. They're not the mammoth. They are. They're. I guess ordinary sunflowers. But what I want to do is harvest the seeds. Can you see? Can you see the seeds? These are the seeds right here. Maybe I could get one and show you. See that? See that? Oops. It's a sunflower seed. And sunflower seeds have a nutritional value. It has enzymes to help the brain. The kernel is on the inside of this seed right here, but they're not ready to be harvested. I was told that they have to mature and be dried out, and the seed has to be a certain color. It can't be. They have to be actually. They'll have to be. These seeds has to be black. They have to be black. So these are not quite ready to be harvested yet, but they're coming along pretty good. And some good news is they even have like little offshoots that's coming out. So you got little sunflowers right there that's coming. I don't know how big they're gonna get, but I hope they do get as large as these. But I'm gonna keep watering them and keep up the good work as far as their growth and development is concerned, because I'm gonna save some seeds, let them go to seed, and save some seeds for next year's harvest. Who knows? Maybe when I get to Ghana and I purchase my land, that I could save some of these seeds and plant them over in Ghana. I'm also looking at doing research on trees, different fruit trees. I don't know if you've heard of moringa, but that's a good tree. Every part of that tree you can use for medicinal purposes. So this plant has really gotten huge. It's just going away. They make it, and the plant itself make it difficult to get the tomatoes out. But brothers, we have been suffering, and sisters, we have been suffering in the hills of North America for a long time. Too long, really. Actually, too long. And what do you think about black sustainability? Being able to grow your own food. You know, I've been looking at videos all day about homelessness in the hills of North America concerning black people. And it has reached epidemic proportions in every major city throughout the U.S. We have created a death culture for not only ourselves but for our children. We don't deserve to go through this as a people after all we have done for this country and to help build this country. We don't deserve it. We deserve prosperity. We deserve a reward. But how can you fight against a system that don't like you, that want you dead? And I'm going to ask the reason, why do you care to live in a society of a system that wants you and your children dead and is trying to destroy you? After what I just said, you asked the question, why not black sustainability? Why not separate? Not only for the sake of our future well-being and our children, but for the sake of living in harmony with nature, reconnecting with our ancestors, and building a whole new society, a new start. If we don't build it, it's not going to get built. So this is one of the main reasons why I'm talking about black sustainability. Check this out. I found another watermelon that was hiding. Check it out. Check that out. I don't know if you can see it or not. You definitely can hear it. That is so cool. I didn't even know it was there. It was hiding. It was in camouflage. And in fact, nature is a lot like Pan-Africanism. You know, it's evolving. And people were saying, and I've mentioned in my other videos, that people are saying that Pan-Africanism is dead. But my argument is Pan-Africanism is not dead. It's evolving the same way everything else on this planet is evolving. And Pan-Africanism is the next step, is the next level of black global unification economically. And Pan-Africanism is black nation builder. But it's not just black nation builder. We are a nation just simply by our skin color. And the only missing ingredient of this is black global unification. That is the most logical next step to gaining control of our own destiny as one group, as one people, and Africa becoming the foundation of economic wealth, processing jobs, so on and so forth for African people. I think I got most of them from here. Here's one right there. Get as many as I can from under here. You know, as many as I can. But we have been corrupted as a people. The way we live now is totally different than the way we used to live. There's vast reason enough to do your research on your ancestors. We have lost our identity, and we have gotten caught up into a system that wants us dead, and is socially engineering us into oblivion. And we don't know what to do. We don't have any power to do anything about it, because black people as a race do not have power. Why? Because we have not built power for ourselves. We spend most of our time trying to get accepted into the mainstream of white supremacy. And as far as I know, for 400 years, that has not happened. These people want to stay in control. And they want to make sure that they have the edge up economically, financially, monetarily, infrastructure-wise. They want to make sure. Go. Wow. You see that? That's a big one right there. He is huge. It looks like a locust. Almost. He's looking back too. How you doing, Mr. Grasshopper? A grasshopper. Wow. This is nature. And this is where we must return. We came from nature, and we must return back to nature. You know. But we have to turn back to nature intelligently. We have to return back to nature under the guidance of our ancestors. There is a wealth of knowledge being kept from us, the teachings of our ancestors. There's a wealth of knowledge that has been stolen from us, which is originally the teachings of our ancestors. How do you think the Caucasoid built his civilization? He learned from us. We are the original civilization builders. So think about that, because we are the first people. We studied nature. White supremacy they study individualism and selfishness and destruction, death. They are completely the opposite of African people. I look at the Ankh. The Ankh is the symbol of life. And I say, well, black people have started embracing the symbol of life, but you see a cross too, swastika, which represents the symbol. It symbolizes death. So we are diametrically the opposite of a white supremacist system of rulership. We are completely the opposite. We are people of peace. They are a people of war. Oh, he went back. He went back over there. First he was on the roof. Now he went back. He came back. He's amazing. I guess he's He find a lot of refuge in this area. He's not going anywhere. After all, this is a desert. We have to build, brothers and sisters. We have to take control of our children's education system. We have to take control of the minds of our children, because that's where the destruction in the future lies. Being able to socially engineer us, our children, and continue to control our black future globally. That's what I'm talking about. So we have to be able to build a system that's capable of teaching our children the truth and industrialization of our children's minds, because we're focused on only sports and entertainment. We're being distracted through a Eurocentric paradigm that they control, and we're being distracted. We're being distracted for their benefit and their profit, and we just are being continued to become slaves. We're still slaves. We're still subjugated to this global system of white supremacy. Look at South Africa with Julius Malema and the EFF. You know, they control us economically. That's where all of the control is. You know, the most important thing about the revolution is being able to control your land. But you start with controlling your food, clothing, and shelter, and controlling the land that your shelter is built on. That's the revolution in a nutshell, basically. And I can't say that Pan-Africanism is dead, because where is our wealth? Where's the transfer of wealth? You know, it hasn't happened because we haven't made it happen. Pan-Africanism is moving to another level, a natural, more naturalistic, in harmony with nature level, a green level, a off-the-grid level, a separate level from the way it's been directed throughout history. Our worldview is changed, and our worldview is more in harmony with nature and more green. You know, more of the worship of our ancestors, and using that wisdom to build a new way of life for ourselves, separate from the Caucasoid and his ways. Our ancestors warned us, choose none of his ways, and do not go near him, and nor choose none of his ways. This is one of our warnings that our ancestors have taught us, that rings out through time, written in stone. Know thyself, as above, so below. Hermes Trismegistus. Concepts of life itself. We studied the universe, and we obey the universe. But there was a paradigm shift with the onslaught of Christianity, and changed Christianity and Islam, and it changed us from being in harmony and obeying universal divine law, and we started obeying the laws that the rich elite of the planet has bestowed upon us, and we have accepted it. You know, throughout history, they have been killing, stealing, and destroying. And whatever they cannot destroy, they adopt it and lie to the people, saying that this originates with them as a people. You're not old enough for anything to originate with you. Everything that you have, you either copied, you stole the credits for, and you claim for yourself. You lied to the people and say that it was invented by you. A good example, Jesus is white, 2,000 years ago. With the onslaught of writing, mass production, the printing press, you spread this poison all over the place. But the universe is shifting now, and we shift with it, or we will continue to follow this Eurocentric paradigm of Christianity, Islam, and the world's religions. We need to get our identity from our ancestors. That is the most divine thing that we could do, is find our identity in the truth, the wisdom of our ancestors, especially the ones that you don't know about, or you have never heard about. We have to get our children out of these westernized European schools, or they will be consumed and destroyed. We have to break away, just like Elijah Muhammad was saying a long time ago. He said, we'll find restitution upon complete and unadulterated separation from these people. If we do not separate from the Caucasoid and his ways, then we will die with the decline of the Caucasoid. We will die. And so far, his prophecy and his prediction is holding true. Black people are dying at a very alarming rate. The whole thing about organ trafficking, sex trafficking, modern day slavery is all attributed to being engineered into a Eurocentric, westernized paradigm. Yeah, you have a movement, a mass movement back to Africa, but in terms of control, no, it's not. We're not even dealing with nation building. We're going to Africa. Most of us are just going to visit and then coming back to this hellhole called the U.S. But some of us are aware that we have a mind to build infrastructure, nation building, being able to control the land and the harvesting of the crops that we grow on our farms, the processing and manufacturing of natural resources, being able to sell these products, processed minerals to the rest of the world at a global profit, economic profit, and create jobs at the same time. Our revolution is based on land and control, living in harmony with nature, not repeating the same Eurocentric system that we exist in now. It's a whole another way of looking at yourself in harmony with nature and living naturally with zero footprint upon our planet. This is all a part of us taking our planet back. African Global Revolution is based on the control of our youth and our young children's, our infants, and our young children's minds, teaching them the truth and teaching them industrialization so that we can take control of the natural resources of the richest continent on the planet Earth before other nations who are more powerful come in and take over. This is the goal of Pan-Africanism. Our time has come, and no, Pan-Africanism is not dead. Thank you for listening to me. Subscribe to my channel. I'm still working on my website, and I'm presently building a network system on my website so that people can connect. A platform where African people, Black people, Caribbean people, if your skin is black, we need to unify. And we need to unify to control our land and black wealth. That's what we need to do. Please subscribe. Like I said, please subscribe to my channel. And I'm on Facebook. Join the African World Front on Facebook. Facebook family is the African World Front. Now the AWF, African World Front Facebook community. Join that, and I've been on Facebook for about 8 or 9 years. So I've been slowly building a platform so that there are strength in numbers with people with various skills and capabilities. I'm currently trying to build up my membership so that there's strength in numbers, put it that way, so that I can present an organizational structure to the African World Front. We need a global network, and that global network needs to be based on economics and the retention of black wealth throughout the planet. This will be the foundation of our unity. So until then, thank you for tuning in, and peace and black global power.